Beep 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 beep. Bop 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 bop. Oh man. Oh dear, I've really had a bad time. Oh dear, for God's sake, man. I just recorded a podcast, which I was very happy with. In fact, I was especially happy with the start of this podcast, right? I was like, oh, this is such a good introduction. I could use this in like a little clip to try and, bring people in, reel them in like fish in the sea, trying to bring them into my podcast, trying to get people listening. Not that, to be fair, I'm actually just trying to do this as a way to practice kind of off the top of my head thinking, and it's a career move, really, not necessarily for people to listen. It's for a skill development program, is what I'm going to call this podcast. It's a SDP, it's not standing for Scottish Democratic Pupils, for God's sake. But yeah, so I learnt the hard way how to cut stuff out of Audacity. And I'm such a fool that I learned how to cut without realising that I learned how to cut. So I'd cut the start of this podcast off while going, frick, I can't know how to podcast the cut. Oh, so happy with it. It was so funny. It was about Einstein. It was about me. I had a funny tone of voice. I was so chuffed. It was such a good intro. Anyone, you could have made a deaf person listen to it and they would have been happy. Oh, dear. That, by the way, that previous statement only works if they were already happy before starting the podcast. And they weren't aware of an impending doom. I'm just trying to make it so that they maintain a sense of happiness without any, because it's all about forces, really, the world. So if you apply a force to an object, then it affects it. There's a resultant force. But the way I think about deaf people is that when you apply a force of sound to them, they may be unaffected by it. So there's no resultant force, but I could be entirely wrong. In fact, Beethoven, didn't he make music out of the ding-a-ding-a-dings going off in his chest when he used to hit the keyboard? Like he felt it in his bones and in his teeth. His teeth used to chatter while he played. Teeth used to chatter while he played. Oh man, I was so happy with it, and I exported it. I got it where I wanted. I named it Podcast 2. Oh dear, and let's not go on the past. We're in a new place, new life. I'm a different man since I recorded that first podcast. I'm a bit less funny. I expended all my funny on that first one. Oh dear. But we're still here. We're still going. I haven't even cooked my dinner yet. I haven't cooked my pasta or my mince. God, this is so stressful. Person that I tried to call to ask him if this comedian called Tom Mayhew is called Tom Mayhew or not. Hasn't got back to me. She's probably going to go off. Going to hear my Pingu ringtone, because I'm going to message Tom Mayhew and ask him if I can be on his podcast, because his podcast is about working class people trying to make it in the show business. And I'm working class and I'm trying to make it in show business, so that's why I'm going to try and get on his podcast about being working class and making it in show business. Oh, for God's sake, man. Oh dear. God's sake, why can't I just be one of those people who just wants to make money? Why can't I just want to be a money man? Boss, you're going to make some money. Yeah? How you making it? Deets. I'm being illegal with my money making. That is so money making. That is so sick. You is a money man. Nope. I just want to make people laugh and make money out of it. Well, I don't want to make money out of it. I just want to make people laugh to a point where I can make... Because obviously the more people I make laugh, the more people I can make laugh. Because I can make people laugh as a full-time job. So by making more people laugh, I make more people laugh. Like it's a call and response thing. It's like one of those circles. It's like a mobius strip of a conundrum. You start at one end, you realise, okay, you start writing, make people laugh, and then by the end of it, you realise you're back to the start, and you're still just trying to make people laugh. Oh dear, God, I'm so intelligent though. God, I talked about mobile strips, talked about maths concepts. I'm just kidding. I'm looking at my revision card that I never finished from Wednesday about the product rule. 2 weeks off exams now. Fuck. I don't want to do this, man. I just want to be somebody who is able to enjoy his job in the same way. I want to bring positivity to an extent. Obviously, I don't want to be that guy. Oh, I'm trying to bring positivity, man. I just want to make people laugh. It's good fun. Laughing's fun. But I don't want to be the kind of guy who, maybe, let's say if a dentist enjoys his job, like my friend Narlin's dad he enjoys his job, but he may also not be bringing necessarily happiness to people's lives. So, because they could be stressed out by their lack of teeth or the arrangement of their teeth, and he has to calm them down, tell them that it's all going to be awful and that he's going to have to inject them and drill it out of them, resulting in blood being flooding down their numb mouth into their organs, and then to cough later and blood to come out their nose. By the way, this may be evident, but I'm not a trained professional. I went to the dentist about 2 weeks ago. Sounds like the start of a joke. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Let's find out. And even if it is a joke, there's no way for you to know if it's a joke or not. So I went to the dentist and I got an x-ray on my teeth, and they said, "Hey, you're good, buddy, you're good." I said, "Thanks, man." Then he gave me a lollipop. I'm joking, that would be stupid. Why would a dentist give a kid a lollipop? Well, I guess it'd earn them more money. It's the same way that energy companies put radiators under windows so that when you turn your radiator on, all the heat goes out the window, and then they're like, you're like, "Oh, it's cold," and you have to turn the heating up again, and the energy company just sees that graph, the E to the X, the increase of money, the increase in profit, so they put another radio under your window. They put more and more until they've got a warehouse full of radiators with radiators under windows, and they're chuffed. Just the spike of profit and revenue just continues to rise. Oh man, it's been a stressful time. I'm losing my mind. Corporate world, man, it's a weird one. They all just want to be money men. Oh, just want to be money men. Money, 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 money men. Where's death for me? 50 cents, but I'm more like, I don't know, maybe like 500 cents. I'm thinking about how much money I've got. Oh, wait, that's cents, that's pennies. I don't know, man, I'm alright. Not got that much money, but I've got some. Got enough to float. This is personal funds, by the way, not talking for family. I don't really spend a lot of money. I don't smoke weed. I don't drink. I don't do cocaine. I don't do heroin. I don't go to theme parks very often. I don't drink alcohol. I do drink. God, I've lied on my podcast. Bad sportsmanship. I don't really buy excessive food. I don't really buy excessive shoes. I don't really buy excessive shirts. I'm not one to buy excessive hats. I've bought 2 hats. Actually, maybe I am slightly obsessive in my hat purchases. Oh, I need to be more careful with my... Because I listened to my podcast previously and I kept doing that, which was rather frustrating to listen to. It's kind of a bit of an own skill. I need to not breathe in so like that as well. All these things I'm learning. We're all at a stage... I'm getting a call back. Hello, Iris. You know that comedian that's on Paul Foot's podcast? He's called Tom Mayhew, isn't he? Yeah. I'm going to message him and ask him if I can be on his podcast. Yeah. Yeah, I know, but I am. The idea is because he does like a working class podcast, and I work and I'm in a class. So what I thought is that she laughed. I'm doing my podcast right now. You're on the podcast. How do you feel? I'll write the time. No, they can't hear you. Don't worry. I say they. It's like myself listening to it later. You know, we're not a huge fan base yet. One sec, Iris. Let me just write the timestamp down so I can send it to you so you can hear this conversation, just so you believe me. Yeah. I just wrote down what time it was you joined the podcast so that you know what time I can show you later and you can be all proud and feel famous. You know. Yeah. Are you what time do you get back from Mina's? Or are you at Mina's or not? Are you there all night? Cool. Yeah, fine, no worries. I'm gonna do my podcast, do my comedianing. So I'll yeah, it's a good idea, isn't it? Okay, look, like, if he listens to this and he can hear you saying how handsome he is, he might want you on the podcast, not me. I know you, I understand. I'm talking in jest also. Bye bye. I'll talk to you when this microphone's at my ass. Bye. Sorry everyone, just making business arrangements, everyone. All the people listening to it. For God's sake, what am I doing? I've got 9 minutes in. I want to get to 15 minutes. And I want to not cut. I need to make a little jangle as well for the start, like beep 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 beep. Bop 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 bop. Okay, I need to note down the time of that, so that's 9:28, because fuck, this pen doesn't work. 9:28. That's where the future of podcasting anthems is gonna start from. I'm really tired. I really need to make my spaghetti and mince at this point. My Dragon Bank which is the piggy bank if it were a dragon, is looking at my nan in the picture. So there's a I'll give you a bit more context. There's the dragon bank on a windowsill, but it's faced away from me because I just angle it that way. And there's a picture of my nan behind it, so it's looking at her. I wonder if it knows if it's looking at her. It's probably not sentient, is it? What does sentient mean? Oh man, I've used words I don't know. Not a good idea. I need to face a thing more. God's sake, I've got 5 more minutes. What am I going to do? I've already talked for 15 minutes and then it all went to shit. Because I deleted the first part, which is my favourite goddamn bit, baby. My favourite goddamn bit. Did you know the mass of a proton is 1.6 times 10 to the minus 27 kilograms? That would be 1.67 times 10 to the minus 24. Wrong. Right. Wrong. Right. How many grams? Ah, fuck. It's 1,000 bigger. So it's going to be less. No, it's minus 30 grams. No. Ah, God, I'm doing A-level physics. Meow, meow, meow. It's raining outside. This is really melancholic. It's really ambient, really atmospheric, really environmentally relevant. Really making me want to jump ship. But I'm not gonna, because I can't swim. And if you know what that metaphor means, it's me saying the only thing I can do is be on this ship. It's my attitude to the industry, baby. Just gotta take the wheel, talk into a mic, make some mother frickers laugh. Mother fricker. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, boy. Oh dear. Oh dear. All I can do is play with my useless pen with a Smurf on it. I didn't even know it had a Smurf on it. Also, I used my boxes as a pop filter. Let me even think of a phrase. Peter Piper picked a pepper. Peter Piper picked a peck of Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. That's me seeing how poppy I am. Pop 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 pop. I can be that's my impression of a bubble wrap done. I'm glad you've experienced that, because I've experienced that previously, because it's the second time I've said that little quip, because I've already recorded all this. Oh man. Oh dear. What are we gonna do? That looks quite cool on the. It looks like a centipede on my Audacity. This is the product I use, and this is the product that made me delete the first part of my podcast. We're all part of a learning process. That's what I love about all this garbage. Although I sound like a buffoon right now, it's really an incredible thing. I love it so much. Just learning how to do things, getting into a new, trying new things, experiencing new challenges in a completely different format. I've never had challenges involving audio and working out how audio works, but I'm doing it now. I'm going to learn how to use Audacity. We're going to get, and I just love it. Such a great thing to do is to do something. If you're going to do nothing, at least don't do nothing, do something. Oh, Nelson Mandela's joined the podcast, evidently. Actually, no, I think he was more of an activist, including the apartheid, and I haven't made any relevant points to that. That was actually quite a relevant point, is that? Well, it's relevant to the apartheid, not necessarily to what I'm doing. God's sake, man. God's sake. I'll tell you some equations to work out the fringe separation in a double slit. This double slit is, what's his name? Young's double slit? Yeah, Young's double slit. So it's W, fringe separation, equals lambda D over S, where S is slit spacing, D is slit to screen difference. Oh god, I've got the song stuck in my head. It's called Jefferson. It's by Jefferson, Airplane Jefferson, and it's called Run Rabbit Run or something, and it's really good. I love it. Oh, my jingle jangle. Oh my god, I love myself. I'm having so much fun. It's great. Really amazing. Really great, man. Really good. Okay, everybody. Thank you for... everybody. Thank you to the 2 people who are probably listening to this. I love you all. All of you. Every single one. We've had a great time. And I will see you in the podcasting future. Of course, you won't see me, you'll hear me. Love you all. Bye bye. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.